Yes. Live in the flesh, and we living our best. I am AR the Prophet alongside my co-host.
Souljah Strong Rasta.
And this is the Souljah Strong Way podcast. Welcome back, man. We got another funky, hot, fresh show for y'all. It is Warrior Wednesday, man. Shout out to all my sickle cell warriors, man. We hope y'all living well, fighting sickle cell the Souljah Strong Way.
Blessings.
We finna bless y'all, man. Today we're gonna be talking about Avascular Necrosis, AVN, and Edema. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got some stuff we want to talk about with these two things that we live with sickle cell. Just one of the few things that happen with sickle cell, causes of sickle cell. We're gonna get into it. Let's start off with you, Ross.
I mean, I could talk about edema because I have complications with edema.
Okay.
I have had complications with edema. It's still going on, but not as bad.
Let's talk about it.
But edema is also known as dropsy. It's a swelling that is caused by fluid trapped in your body's tissue. Edema usually happen in the hands, feet, ankles, and legs.
Okay. So that's why your ankle and your foot always swell up so big, like Professor Clump almost. Almost like Sherman Clump, man.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but the thing gets so swell up and massive. It actually used to send you to the hospital. It used to have, it used to be a crisis for you.
Yeah, it used to send me into crisis.
Yeah.
Back in the days.
So what you think used to trigger that? Like what do you think triggered the edema?
Well, back in the days, like 2 years ago, I used to live an unhealthy lifestyle.
Like how?
You know, I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke blunts. You know, and those things is unhealthy because they have the tobacco in it.
Okay.
And tobacco is not really good to smoke having sickle cell. You know,
Tobacco ain't good to smoke, period.
Tobacco ain't exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Tobacco is not good to smoke, period,
Fact.
because it causes a lot of complications. But you know, I had to live and learn.
True.
So that was one of the reasons why I used to go to the hospital a lot, because my foot used to swell up.
True. So, but now after 2 years, you really haven't had too many edema episodes to where it's sending you to the hospital and you're having crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you think that's because you quit the cigarettes and the tobacco use and all of that good stuff?
Yeah.
So would you say that was a trigger?
Oh, it was the definite trigger.
Most
It was the definite trigger.
Okay.
Because it don't happen as often no more.
True.
You know?
Right. I do notice that.
It don't happen as often no more.
But it still does. So like, what do you think triggers it now that it does happen? It might not be as effective as it used to be 2 years ago, but now like, what do you think triggers it now when it happens?
Well, I mean, basically what triggers it now is standing long periods of hours. If the socks gets too tight on my feet, uncomfortable shoes. You know, keep in mind I did have a stroke at the age of 11, so it do happen mostly on the right side.
True.
Than the left side.
I did notice that.
So the stroke might play a part with it too.
I think that might be a valid point because I've never experienced edema.
Yeah.
Like I never swole up before. Like my legs and feet never. I mean, unless we talking about when I was an infant, hand foot syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But as of like my adult teenage years, I never had that problem that you have. So
yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So what would you use, like what would you use naturally? Because I know you've been on your Souljah Strong lifestyle.
Yes,
you feel
I
me?
have. Yes,
you know you ain't really been you've been finding different alternatives instead of running to the hospital. So what would you use for edema? Like what would you use naturally to help edema?
Well, first of all, naturally you use herbs like dandelion leaves that have a dandelion leaves have a diuretic effect that's comparable to the prescription diuretics used to treat edema.
Like also like the water pills, like the pee pills that help you urinate, like keep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hawthorn leaves is another herb that's related to the rose family.
Right.
You know, it's a
Also
powerful
good
diuretic.
Okay.
You know, horsetail, parsley, hibiscus, and blood wisp.
Okay. Okay.
You know, blood wisp is also known as Vitis tilofia.
Hmm.
Tilolophia. You know, and you
Word.
want to also keep healthy foods on board. You know, these are all life experiences. Like I said, with me, my life, I had to go through it,
Trial and error.
trial and error.
Yeah, true.
But now, you know, you find the mistakes you made, and you brush up your mistakes.
True. So
You know, you clean up your mistakes.
bro, like,
Hmm.
okay. So you said the herbs. Okay, so you would drink that like a tea. You would
Yeah.
use those for tea and
Yeah.
drink it,
Hmm.
and use that to help with the edema.
Yeah.
Okay, say like, what's another alternative? Like, what else would you do? Like,
Well,
say if you swell up right now, if your foot was to swell up right now, what would you do?
I'm not going to the hospital. I would treat myself first
How?
by putting my foot in a foot bath.
Okay.
Foot bath with Epsom salt.
Hmm.
You know, put some fever grass in there, also known as lemongrass,
Okay.
and then put the dandelion leaves in there.
Mm-hmm.
Epsom salt, dandelion leaves. You know, fever grass,
Okay.
and a little bit of the oils, the fragrant oils, essential oils.
Mm-hmm. Which
You
one
know?
would you use? Which essential oil would you use?
Like I said again,
Like a
fever
clove
grass,
or a peppermint?
clove, peppermint.
Hmm.
You know, those things you want to stay close to.
Right.
If you start swelling up.
Okay. Okay. That's good information.
Yeah.
Man. That's good. So edema. That was like one of your main triggers. Like that was one of your main things that was sending you to the hospital.
Yeah.
Just like how prior prison used to always send me to the hospital so frequent.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So it's crazy that it's so many different avenues with sickle cell that a lot of people don't know about. So I never experienced edema in my life and with sickle cell, and this man never experienced prior prison in his life with sickle cell.
Never.
So every patient with sickle cell is different. You know, sickle cell is not the same, and that's what we want to showcase and let y'all know. Now, with me, I battle and deal with avascular necrosis, also known as AVN. Now, avascular necrosis is the death of bone tissue due to lack of blood supply. Now, with sickle cell, you know that this under low oxygen, that the cells aren't able to travel through the arteries. You know, the cells become sickled and they aren't able to flow through the blood vessels. It's called occlusion of the arterial blood supply.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, what we know about avascular necrosis is that deterioration of avascular necrosis will be rapid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it happens anywhere like the joints, you know what I'm saying? It will be rapid, and it can be bilateral. Now, bilateral means that it can happen on both sides. So if it was my shoulder, it could be this shoulder as well as this shoulder.
Yeah, I have vascular necrosis too.
Word.
In my shoulders.
And both of my shoulders I do. Yeah, and also in the hips.
Me too.
So bilateral can also mean not just one hip, but both hips. That's what it is. And then a lot of patients, you know, have to undergo certain types of surgeries, and it's very painful.
It is.
Like, let's be for real. Avascular necrosis is one of the most painful joint problems with sickle cell, because
hip
it's
surgery.
Man, any type of pressure, any type of weight that you're putting on the bones that's deteriorating, you're gonna have pain. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is it causes inflammation. So you start to get inflamed, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start to get swelling in certain joint areas. Like with me, my elbows swell up to the point that I can't even really bend at a full force. It's stuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, swole up, inflammation.
Yeah.
And it's just really painful, man. I know a lot of people with sickle cell who go through avascular necrosis, and I've also known a lot of people with sickle cell who've had certain type of replacements and surgeries that come from avascular necrosis, such as like bone grafting and joint joint replacement, like hip replacement, shoulder replacement.
Yeah, I just mentioned that hip replacement.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing. Ooh.
It ain't nothing to play with.
That ain't nothing to play with.
So with a vascular necrosis, you should definitely be getting a bone scan and checked up on a regular. You should definitely be set up with an orthopedic doctor, and you should be definitely monitor. Some of the things that trigger me, like with a vascular necrosis, if I'm in a car ride too long, staying in a car ride, if I'm on a long plane flight, you know what I'm saying, just sitting in one spot the whole time, and I really can't move around, and you know what I'm saying, like
staying stationary.
If I'm sleeping, I'm laying down and I lay on one side for too long on my hips, man, and my shoulders and my hips, it's causing a lot of pain for me, you know. And what happens is, from the lack of blood flow and supply with sickle cell, those bones aren't getting the blood supply that they need, so they're deteriorating. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is what happens with a vascular necrosis. We have photos and stuff that we want to definitely show with edema, how your feet swell up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We got pictures of that, and we also got pictures and x-rays of vascular necrosis from me on my shoulders, showing how the bone is deteriorating, and you can actually see the lightness of the bone structure in the shoulders and in the hips. So, man, these are very painful things that we deal with sickle cell. To treat a vascular necrosis, some of the medications and treatments you would have to go through is physical therapy, not doing too much things that are going to be strenuous on you, but just making sure you know, stretch a little bit, stretch the body out, man. Stay hydrated, alkaline water,
mobility,
non-steroid medications, like medications without steroids that are anti-inflammatory, so like ibuprofen, naproxen, over-the-counter medications that are not going to be, you don't necessarily need narcotics, you know. Try to stay away from narcotic and prescription drugs as much as you can, and utilize some more natural remedies. But these things are very painful, and these are also two different avenues of sickle cell that a lot of patients go through, and we want to just make sure that we shine the light and know that every patient is different. Every patient experiences different symptoms when it comes with a vascular necrosis. Some might have it in their knees, some might have it in their hips, some might have it in their elbows, some might have it in their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? So you want to limit the alcohol intake if you don't want to have so much pain with a vascular necrosis. And there's a lot of stuff that you're going to have to monitor when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, even when you have edema. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta limit tobacco
absolutely.
use
If you
all that.
if you smoke cannabis, you're gonna have to monitor how you intaking your cannabis. So you're gonna have to put down those backwoods and those Swisher Sweets and those tobacco filled blunt wraps. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the unhealthy toxics that's getting into the blood, that's hurting the kidneys. What really edema is, because of the kidneys aren't really processing what it needs to process, and it's swelling up in the feet and in the legs. You know what I'm saying? So
now, not to get the people confused, it's not the cannabis.
Right. It's not the cannabis.
It's the
tobacco. It's the
products
chemicals
that you use to smoke the cannabis.
True.
Like the tobacco,
True.
the blunt wraps,
True.
and you know, stuff like that. The grabber, if you smoke
even certain foods.
Your spliff seasoned and all that.
Right.
You know, in Jamaica they like to smoke their spliff with grabber. You know, that's all causing all that.
True. Even certain foods, man. You gotta look out for lots of foods that cause inflammation. Fast food, salty foods, a lot of foods high in sugar. Processed foods, definitely stay away from those. Canned foods, man. Kick the cans, literally. Buy fresh. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to cook and utilize it faster, but these are the things that's going to keep you from having so much pain, so much chronic pain, and dealing with these different avenues of sickle cell. So live well, man. Fight sickle cell. Vascular necrosis, man. Do your research on it. It's serious. Talk with your doctor if you're feeling some different types of pains when you lay down and you go to sleep. You know, we want you to live well. We want you to be aware of these different things with sickle cell, and just be on the lookout. Be mindful if you start to see your feet swelling up and it's unusual and it's painful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you might have edema. You know,
take it too long.
Absolutely.
You know, you go for walks.
Yeah.
be mobile, but be mindful. You know, don't stand up for 3 hours on one journey. You know, take breaks.
Now, you can consult with your doctor, but these tips that we're giving you, we want you to try these first.
Mm-hmm.
These are the steps we're trying to give to you so you don't have to rush to the doctor or rush to the hospital. So if you're feeling that you're having some avascular necrosis pains, you know, do the steps. You know, stretch a little bit. You know, take some non-steroidal drugs, which is, you know, ibuprofen, naproxen, things that are going to be over the counter that's going to help with inflammation. Also, if you're feeling like you're experiencing some edema, like Rasta said, run you know, a foot bath. You know, soak your feet in some Epsom salt. Try these steps and these things these home remedies that's going to, you know, save you from the ER and so much other trauma that you have to deal with when going through the ER. So, listen, man.
Yeah, Tiger Balm too.
Tiger Balm too, absolutely.
Tiger Balm.
Absolutely. So listen, man. Hey, live well, fight sickle cell the Souljah strong way. We in your corner. Avascular necrosis and edema. We both battle with it. I know y'all battle with it. So listen, these are the tools that we want to help you with. Never give up. Stay strong and keep fighting, baby. We in your corner.
Live well.
Fight sickle cell. Let's go. The Souljah strong way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The Souljah strong way. It's the Souljah strong way. The Souljah strong way. It's the Souljah strong way. Warrior Wednesday. Living well with sickle cell. It's the Souljah strong way.